We continue along. Um, so the Klal Yisrael, which is this woman that is sent away by her husband, continues and recounts her history. And despite her Averis, she is now committing to be in the future Ani Chavatzelas HaSharon. I'm going to be like a white rose that grows in Sharon, that you can see its beauty from far away. Shoshanas Hamakim, I'm going to be like a rose who is planted in the valleys there, and therefore there's no heat of the sun and the winds of the mountains trying to damage it. So I'm going to make sure to keep my whiteness and my uniqueness, that to not to be drawn to my surroundings. And therefore, I'm going to just commit to remain devoted to Torah and mitzvahs and to the culture of the Jewish people. So God says, you are like, not like a Shoshana Swamokim, Shoshana Bein HaChochim. You are like a rose that's amongst the thorns. Kain Rayasi Bein HaBoznoi. So is my beloved, my love, between the daughters, between the Umas Oilam. That means, I guess God understands that we are still surrounded by thorns, nations of the world that are trying to draw us to them, and despite that, we remain strong, not to be seduced by them. Now we go back and say God said such a compliment about us. We're going to say a compliment about Him. God is like to us like a apple tree in the forest, where you don't have too many fruit trees. So if you find one apple tree, it's very unique. Cain, Doidi ben Habonim. So is my beloved, my husband, between other gods, so to speak. And therefore, in his shade I desired and I sat. And he protected me from all mishaps. And once I became connected with him, Bishafti, I sat with him. Upirioi mosak lechiki, and his fruit is so sweet to my palate. That means the Torah became so sweet for my neshama. Not only that, Haviani, he brought me El Beis Hayayin, to the house of wine. That's a remez that not just to Torah, literal Torah, to the Kabbalah of Torah. Yain is the gematria of 70. And there's 70 facets to the Torah. And just when you delve deeper into Torah, it helps your mind better than wine. Vidigloi, and he raised me up higher than any of the nations of the world. And when I think about all that, Olai Ahava, to him, I get such Ahava. I think it starts welling up my love for him. Again, when she starts thinking about the sweetness of the Torah and the great closeness that we once had, all of a sudden she gets such a powerful longing towards her husband that she feels lovesick. And that's a real sickness. So she says to her surrounding neighbors, Yisrael, the Jewish people say to the Goyim, Samchuni ba'ashishis, support me with this flour that is soaked and kneaded with wine. It's a type of that will help me not faint. Rabduni b'tapuchim, with apples surround my bed, so I don't fall into an unconsciousness, because I need these drugs, ki choilas ahava oni, because I'm so lovesick towards my husband. And then she starts saying what her husband used to do with her. Smoiloi, my husband's left hand, tachas l'roishi, was under my head. V'yiminoi techabekeni, and with his right hand he would hug me. With the in the desert, he would hug me with the anani hakavod, We had man, we had meat with the slav, and we had water that came with us throughout the midbar. Oh, when she thinks of all that love, she says to him, Ishbati eschem benois Yerushalayim. I make you swear, I swear benois Yerushalayim. In other words, she curses all the goyim. You should be like a gazelle or hinds in the field. You watch a nature video and you watch lions start chasing prey. Basically, you should be that way. You should be being chased as if you are prey. If you do the following, you goyim into iru, if you're going to disturb, into iru or agitate, etcha'ava, the love that my husband God has towards us, ad shetechbats, while he desires us. In other words, if you try to mix in between the love that God has for us, I curse that you are going to be like prey, like the gazelle or hinds of the field. And this pasuk appears quite often in Shir Hashirim, and again, the goyim see that we are so unique to Hashem. They try to disturb that love. So we say like this. Now we calm down, and until now we went a little bit out of order. We talked about Kriyas Yamsuf, and then we talk about the Egel, and then we talk about our sojourn in the desert. Now, once we calm down, as we can now go in order. How did it all come about? How was the dating process? Well, this is what happened. Kol doidi hine zeba. We were like a maids in Mitzrayim, and we gave up from being ever redeemed. And all of a sudden, we hear the sound of our husband. Hine zeba. He suddenly come, like he's coming to save us from our enemy. And he's saying, I'm coming, I'm coming. We hear him coming. Medaleg al haharim, he was jumping, he was skipping over mountains, mekapetz al hagvois, jumping over hills. In other words, God came, he came so fast, it looks like he was jumping over those mountains. And because we didn't think that we were going to be redeemed so early. My husband, my beloved, appeared like a gazelle, or like a stag, that are so fast. And all of a sudden, even I see him from afar, and I still thought that the salvation is not there yet, because we were supposed to be in Mitzrayim 400 years. He's now standing behind our walls of the jail that we were in. He's peeking in. He's looking through the windows. He's peering in from the cracks. So we started to see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is paying attention to what's going on in Mitzrayim. As the pasuk says, "Ro'oi re'isi es oni b'Mitzrayim," and he started to save us with oisos and moifsim, with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. Ana doidi v'amali, and then my beloved said to me, "I broke away the walls of your jail, like I bombed the walls of your jail. Kumalach, get up, Rayasi, my love, Yafasi, my beautiful love, Ulchilach, and go." Even though we didn't have 400 years, only 210, but Hashem figured it out that if you count from when Yitzchak was born, it's 400 years. And therefore, I'm telling you, go. Kini hasasov avar. The winter is gone. Hageshem cholaf holachloi, and the rains have passed on. That means your hard times have gone. And also he's saying that, look, it's springtime. It's now time to, we can take a nice stroll to Eretz Yisrael. Hanitzonim niru ba'aretz. The blossoms can be seen, the blooms can be seen on the earth. Eis hazamir higi. It's a time of where the birds are singing. In other words, Um, this is springtime, but it's also hinting towards the singing of the Jewish people by Kriyas Yamsuf and the Kol HaTorah that we're going to be singing once we get into Eretz Yisrael. The Kol HaTorah Nishma Ba'artzeinu, the sound of the turtle dove can be heard in our land. I guess it's also referring to that we're going to build a base of Migdash and bring karbanas. Hateina chanta fageha, the fig, chanta fageha, her buds started blooming. Vagafonim, and the grapevines, smodar gave forth small fruit, nosnu reach, that gives off a fragrance. And so so again, it's all a hint to what's going to happen when we get to Eretz Yisrael. Not only are we going to be learning Torah, but we're going to bring Bikurim to the Beis Hamikdash, and we're going to do Nisach Hayayin in the Beis Hamikdash. Basically, Hashem is saying, look, we're going to have such a loving connection once we get married. And therefore, Kumi Lach Riyayasi, get up, motivate yourself, Yafasi, my beautiful love, Ulchilach, and go. In other words, I guess we needed encouragement to leave Mitzrayim. And now we discuss what happens when we left Mitzrayim. In other words, going in order. When we left in the Mitzrayim and we got into the desert, we stopped praying to God like we did when we were in Mitzrayim. And therefore, we lost a little bit of our madrega, and therefore Hashem brought us to the Yamsuf, and the Mitzrayim were chasing us, and we were stuck. We had nowhere to go. We were like Yoinasi, the God is talking and saying, my doves, bechagve hasela, was in the crevices of a rock, right on a cliff. Imagine a dove on a cliff. It's running away from the falcon or from the eagle, and it gets into a cliff. But the problem is when it gets in the cliff, there's a snake there. If it flies out, the falcon or the eagle is waiting. If it goes deeper into the hole, the snake is there. The Seser HaMadrega, in the hiding places of the cliff. But God said, so that's the way we were stuck. We were stuck with the water in front of us, the Mitzrayim behind us. We had nowhere to go. But God said, Harini es marayach, show me what you're made of, your trust. What you do, show me how you appear when you're in a stressful situation. Hashmi'ini es koilech. God said to us, I want to hear your voice. Ki koilech orev, because your voice is so sweet. Umarech nave, and your appearance is comely. So that's what happens. By Yitzchak b'nei Yisrael al Hashem, and right away God split the Yamsuf, and he brought me straight to the chuppah that was Har Sinai, and then we got married, and I committed myself to keep the Torah and the mitzvahs, and he committed himself to protect us from our enemies. But in Mitzrayim, by Har Sinai, Echsu lanu shu'alim katanim. I got foxes got a hold of us, small foxes, mechablim karomim, those that destroy vineyards, and uchmuromenu smarter. And that time our vineyard was small, was just starting to blossom. In other words, we were unexperienced, and at that time we were seduced by the small foxes, which is the Erev Rav, that convinced us right after Yetzias Mitzrayim, right after Kriyas Yamsuf, and right after Mamed Har Sinai, to create the Egel. And despite all that, even though I betrayed him with making the Egel, Doidi li va'ani loy, my beloved is to me, and he remained devoted to me, and I'm devoted to him. Haroya b'shashanim, that is, I guess, the Eibishter is always shepherding, is always strolling amongst the roses. He's trying to bring me flowers, like, a husband goes to the flower shop looking around to bring his wife, his love, flowers. So Hashem is Roya B'Shashanim, trying to bring me flowers to remove my stench and to forgive me because he loves me. And therefore, when she remembers, the woman, us, the Jewish people, remember the chesed that Hashem, and all of a sudden our emotions are welled up, and we see the Eibishter like so, our husband in front of us, and she stretches out her hand and says, "You were so patient with us. Before this day passes, but the shadows disappear, right? In other words, before we totally get lost in this gullus and nothing will remain of us, Soiv, please come back, turn around. Despite that, we are sinning against you, but turn around to us." Uh, uh, and the way it was that during the times that when we first got married, you kept coming back to us and redeem us. You should appear to us and take us out of this gullus, litzvi, like a gazelle, or like a speedy young hart, al hare basar, who's jumping on the mountains of spices. In other words, just like you redeemed us early from Mitzrayim, you should redeem us early from this gullus. And we also say hare basar, reminds, hinting at the bris bein absarim, which is his commitment to us to redeem us. So ends Perek Beis.